Welcome back to Platinum Hunters Extra, the show where we talk about trophies in a more broader, general sense, and trophy oddities and everything related to the topic of trophies. And unfortunately, we have to have a conversation about certain types of trophies. And I really don't want to, but there is a big problem and we need to talk about it. And it's probably not the answer you think I'm going to give you. But when you go on to the PlayStation Store and take a look at the new games, you'll see what I see. You'll see tons of games that we know in the community as the dollar plats. Some people like to call them the trash plats, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to call them the dollar plats. And if you scroll down and go through the new list of games, you're going to get lots of games that are coming out, like South of the Circle, Frog Gun. You're going to have other games come out, but you're also going to get these kind of like $1, $2, sometimes $4, $5 games, like the Jumping Sushi Turbo. You're going to get Pizza Break. You're going to get Coffee Run. You're going to get the Breakthrough series games. They're all going to appear almost every week. Like clockwork, you're going to see these games appear in the PlayStation Store. And these games, typically, you can platinum these games in about 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour sometimes. Now, these are great for people who, want to grind their PlayStation level higher. I call them level grinders. Or if you want to have a high platinum count, I call them platinum players. The goal is very similar for both of these players, and these are a very cheap way to increase the amount of level and platinums you have. And honestly, I don't want to be a gatekeeper about this. If you want to play those games, it's your time, it's your money, do what you want. However, there is another issue with more of these kinds of games appearing on the PlayStation Store, and we're going to get into it. But first, I want to go into the background around these types of games and how they started. So many people might remember a little game called My Name is Mayo, and this thing is a dollar plat. You can beat it in an hour. It is a clicker game, and it has a platinum trophy. If we go back before this game came out, oftentimes digital games didn't have platinum trophies. Like, for example, when they released Infamous Festival of Blood, it did not have a platinum trophy. Generally, the rule was if it was a retail game and it had a disc, then that had a platinum trophy. If it was a digital game, like let's say Far Cry Blood Dragon or Infamous Festival of Blood, those games did not have a platinum trophy. But then around the end of the PS3 era and the PS4 era start, the melding of these games, whether they're digital or whether they're on disc, it started to get a lot murky with the rise of the digital landscape for gaming. So the restrictions on what games can have a platinum started to get less restrictive. And the price point of the game doesn't really matter. So then we get a game like My Name is Mayo, which is a dollar plat and has a platinum trophy, and this became infamous in the community. This game was the rise of this concept of a dollar quick plat that you can get in an hour that will help you boost your count. Yes, they may have stoked the flame that we have today, but as you can see, My Name is Mayo came out in 2016, and its concluding game, My Name is Mayo 3, just came out this year. So across 6 years, they've released 3 games. They've put a lot of effort into these games to make them fun, despite the fact that they're a clicker. They're very funny, they're entertaining games. But now you get into a situation like developer Thigh Games, who is releasing these games called the jumping games, whether it's Jumping Taco, Jumping Fries, Jumping Hot Dog. And these games are all asset flips. Let's take a look. This is essentially the game. This is essentially the game. You get a platinum trophy as long as you press or hold the X button. This little burger jumps up and down, boing, and then a platinum trophy is yours after about 10 minutes or so. Let's take a look at another game in the series called Jumping Fries. There we go. It's an asset flip. So we got a brand new food item. The kitchen looks a little different. It's different colored. And then there's more games out now. So we can look at the Jumping Burrito. So there you go. Another 10 minutes. Another platinum trophy. The game costs about $2 or so. So this is a way to get lots of platinums quickly. And of course, you can't forget about the upgraded version of this game, the Jumping Burrito Turbo. And now look at it go. Look at it go. Boing. Look at this thing go. And that's another plat for you. So this is great if you're a level grinder. This is great if you're a platinum player who wants a lot of plats. There's lots of these out there. And of course, there's not just one version of each of these games. There's stacks like the EU and NA version. There's PS4 versions of the game and PS5 versions of the game, and they all have platinum trophies. So there are about 80 games in this series that you can play if you include all the versions and all the stacks. And they just keep releasing new ones every week. And it was back in like April, May, somewhere around there. The very first jumping game hit the store. And since then, there has been 80 games added. And they're not just the only culprits. We also have the Breakthrough series of games where they've added games consistently week by week. You got the Gump Jump, Vump Jump, whatever they're called, games that have been added. So if you want lots of platinum trophies, that's fine. Like, I have no problem with you playing your games. Here is the problem. If you go on PSN profiles or even the PlayStation Store like we just were before, you will find all the games that have been added to the service. And in this case, in PSN profiles, you'll have stacks of these versions and all the PS4 and PS5 versions added to the game. Now, if I want to find the latest games coming out on the PlayStation Store because I'm looking for a cool indie title to play, I have to wade through all of these different games. So just this week, we have Jumping Nuggets. We have the Tennis Tee. You have Pickle Run. You have Vump Jump. And all the different stacks of all the different versions that you can get. And here's the Breakthrough games. Look, Jumping Sushi. I have to wade through all of this until I find, let's say, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 is out. And they fixed their trophy problem. Good on you guys. Also, there's a PS5 version of What Remains of Edith Finch. Cool. I might want to get that. And this is a problem because all of these games that are $1 plats, the $2, whatever they come out on, are flooding the PlayStation Store at a mass amount. A bunch of developers have found an exploit in the system where people will buy these things and it's lucrative for them because people want the platinum trophies, which is not really the platinum trophy players' fault. Again, they can play what they want. I don't think anybody should discourage them from playing the game if they want to. But the problem is these things are coming out at a mass amount so quickly from so many sources that when a genuine indie developer wants to put their game on the service and nobody knows about them, they don't have the marketing that, let's say, a 2K has, or the marketing push from Sony like we've seen with Stray or Kenna, or EA, like EA originals like It Takes Two or Sea of Solitude, when you are trying to release a game on your own and find an audience of people, you can't. You can't. Look how many of these games there are that have come out on the service. And if you're trying to find a way to be discovered on the PlayStation Store, it's impossible now. And this is not a unique thing for the PlayStation Store. We've seen the asset flip problem that's on Steam. We're very much seeing the eShop becoming a platform where it's very hard for indie developers to release their games and make enough money to recoup their costs. If you are releasing your indie game on the PlayStation Store expecting people to just find it, it's not gonna work because of this. Because there are so many games hitting the PlayStation Store every week, people won't know that you even put the game there in the first place because the list will refresh. There will be new games added to the service in due time. You just wait, and your game gets pushed to the bottom again. It doesn't get a chance for people to go in and see that game and decide, oh, I want to check this out. It looks really good. So this is the real problem with the $1 plats. And really, it's really an issue. The real problem is asset flips in general. We've seen this problem on Steam before, and them taking a lax approach to it, and what happens. This is happening here on the PlayStation Store. It's a big issue for indie developers who are trying to get their games out, and now they have to contend with essentially asset flips. These games are being made because people want to play these games, and Sony is getting the 30% rips on each one, so they're happy to get that money off the people who want these games just for an extra platinum trophy. I don't want to tell people what to play. It's your time, it's your money, do whatever you want. But Sony has to do something here. Not the players, Sony has to do something about this. And unfortunately, I don't know if they will. I think this is going to be a problem for another year or two. But I've said all I need to say about this and why I think it's an issue. Let me know down in the comments section what you think about this. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions, even if they're playing the jumping games or the breakthrough games, I hope they go exceptionally well. And peace.